You just witnessed fire. Street Fighter 6 just unleashed a surprise attack, with Terry Bogard and Mai Shiranui joining the fray. But is this a friendly spar, or a sign of things to come? Is Street Fighter 6 secretly a crossover game in disguise? This unexpected character drop opens a Pandora's box of possibilities for future DLC. Could we see a legendary clash of fighting game universes? Buckle up for a deep dive into this exciting development. But before we dive into the ring and analyze what this means for the future of Street Fighter 6, like and subscribe to our channel for more fighting game content like this. Alright, let's get to it. Street Fighter 6 first season of DLC dropped the mic with Akuma's arrival, but Capcom isn't throwing in the towel just yet. Summer Games Fest 2024 just served up a trailer showcasing the next batch of challengers. And let me tell you, it is a game changer. We've got veterans like M. Bison returning to the ring, and Elena finally representing Street Fighter 3. These two alone would pack a punch, but Capcom's about to throw a wild card into the mix: guest characters. Street Fighter 6 is about to rewrite the rulebook and unleash a fighting game first, making Fatal Fury's flagship characters become his first ever guest characters. Street Fighter, the undisputed king of fighting games, has always been fiercely independent. Its iconic world warriors have ventured out countless times, guest starring in everything from Marvel vs. Capcom to Super Smash Bros. But their home turf? Untouched. Until now. Traditionally, Street Fighter hasn't embraced true guest characters. The closest we got were characters from Capcom's own fighting franchises, like Final Fight and Rival Schools. These shared a universe with Street Fighter, making it more of a family reunion than a crossover event. Even characters like Cody and Poison, initially from Final Fight, have become so ingrained in Street Fighter lore that they've transcended their guest status. This time, however, things are different. Terry Bogard and Mai Shiranui's surprise arrival in Street Fighter 6 might seem out of place at first glance, but it's actually the culmination of a long and fascinating history. Back in the arcade golden age, Capcom and SNK were fierce rivals, both vying for fighting game dominance. Whispers of playful jabs and executive clashes fueled the fire. But this rivalry wasn't purely antagonistic. It fostered a vibrant exchange of ideas, with each company subtly referencing the other's characters and mechanics. Over time, respect blossomed from competition. This culminated in the legendary crossover fighter, Capcom vs. SNK, or SNK vs. Capcom, a game that let decades of friendly debate finally play out on the digital battlefield. Capcom vs. SNK was a dream come true for fighting game fans, uniting iconic characters and igniting a new era of cooperation between the publishers. However, a lingering question remained: would true guest characters ever appear in each other's core fighting games? Street Fighter 6 answers a resounding yes, proving that the seed sown by Capcom vs. SNK has finally blossomed into a groundbreaking crossover. Now, Fatal Fury is just the beginning of Street Fighter guest characters, and this is why. The arrival of Terry Bogard and Mai Shiranui from Fatal Fury marks a historic moment for Street Fighter. Never before has the series welcomed guest characters from outside the Capcom universe. But with this door wide open, speculation runs wild. Who will be the next challengers to step into the Street Fighter ring? The possibilities are vast. Street Fighter's rich history offers a treasure trove of potential candidates. However, recent history points towards an intriguing prospect: Tekken. Akuma's explosive guest appearance in Tekken 7 left fans wanting more. Could now be the time for Bandai Namco's flagship fighting game to return the favor? While franchises like Mortal Kombat and Guilty Gear hold undeniable appeal, it's likely Capcom will seek familiar territory. This could mean dipping back into the SNK well, introducing iconic characters like Geese Howard, Rock Howard, or Kula Diamond. Now, to answer the question, is Street Fighter 6 secretly a crossover game now? Let's look at some key details that will tell us if Street Fighter 6 could actually be a crossover game in disguise. Here's why this might be more than just a friendly cameo. Shattering traditions. Street Fighter has fiercely guarded its core roster throughout its history. The inclusion of Terry and Mai marks a historic shift, demonstrating Capcom's willingness to break boundaries. This opens the floodgates for guest characters from other fighting game universes. A calculated choice. Fatal Fury isn't a random pick. It shares a rich history with Street Fighter, culminating in the groundbreaking crossover fighter, Capcom vs. SNK. This existing connection suggests a calculated move, a test run for further SNK character inclusions. Guest characters are a growing phenomenon in the fighting game scene. Tekken's explosive success with Akuma and the constant hype surrounding dream matchups in Mortal Kombat showcase the audience's appetite for these exciting encounters. Street Fighter 6's move could be a strategic decision to capitalize on this trend and generate renewed interest. Marketing momentum. Capcom's marketing for Season 2 DLC heavily emphasizes Terry and Mai. This focus on guest characters, instead of solely Street Fighter vets, suggests a potential shift in marketing strategy. crossover potential could be a way to gauge fans' responses and pave the way for future, more extensive collaborations. Beyond the surface, the smooth integration of Teriyama suggests Capcom has invested significant resources into developing a framework for guest characters. This technical infrastructure wouldn't be necessary for a one-off collaboration, hinting at a long-term vision for incorporating characters from other franchises. While the full picture remains unclear, the evidence points towards Street Fighter VI potentially venturing into crossover territory. The inclusion of Teriyama is a significant first step, and future DLC announcements, marketing strategies, and technical considerations will be crucial in determining whether this is a one-time experiment or the beginning of a new era for Street Fighter. Calling the appearance of Teriyama in Street Fighter a huge leap forward for the series would be a severe understatement. While it may have been a pipe dream mere weeks ago, the road to this crossover is now clear. Fatal Fury and Street Fighter crossing over in such a definitive way is simply the culmination of a decades-long relationship. Year 2 of Street Fighter VI DLC could pave the way for this relationship to grow even further, or perhaps allow Capcom to form these deep relationships with even more developers. So what do you think? Is Street Fighter VI secretly a crossover game now? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe for more theories and info. This has been your host, CB. Welcome to the Fighterverse.